August and Queen works on occasion.
Okay, here we are. Let's just start this thing here, everybody. This is not the Sunday session. This is not a normal sort of thing here. We're here to talk about something pretty saddening, actually, pretty depressing. I'm sorry to come at you with some bad news today, but it is Orange Shirt Day today. You've probably seen a lot of these things, people wearing them in North America and Canada, maybe in your community. I was in the Discord this morning, and I was not the only one. There was a couple people wearing some orange shirts today, and a couple people asked, "What's with the orange shirts? What's going on? What is this?" So, bear with me. I'm a stoner. I don't fully know all of this. I'm gonna parrot the information the best I can. Stoner talk. Bro science, if you will, and I'm going to try to just sort of give you guys a little bit of a down low on what today's about and the basics about what's going on. It's a hard thing to talk about. Here in Canada, colonization was an ugly situation. Everywhere. Colonization's never pretty. Okay, I'm not trying to say colonization, blah, blah. It's never pretty. It's an ugly thing. Here in Canada, one of the things that went down in Canada is the Catholic Church tried to civilize the Indigenous peoples. And in doing so, they did, they scooped up kids from families and said, "You're a savage. You're not capable of taking care of this child. We're going to bring Christ to this child and put him in real clothes and give him real food," and all this garbage. And in the process of this, many parents died. Many parents were killed in the process of claiming all these children. Many children were abused and killed in the process. And if they did not conform and did not wear the clothes and do the things that these churches wanted them to do, they killed them. This is an ugly thing that's been going on in Canada for a long time. I'm going to bring up a little bit of a, where are we here? A news article here from the CBC News here. This is what's going on here. They found children. They found children's bodies buried in mass grave sites outside of these Catholic schools, these Catholic native schools, native conversion schools. In Canada, so far right now, this is the map. Only the black ones are the ones that have been completed. This is burial sites that they've dug up and found the bodies. Just this many out of all of these spots on Canada. And out of just this many, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them that they found. They found almost 6,500 plus bodies. It is absolutely disgusting. It is the single-handedly most embarrassing thing I have ever heard about my country. I have never been more ashamed of the information that has become very blatantly obvious to many Canadians in the past 6 months or so. This Every Child Matters campaign has been going on for years. Many years. People just don't care about it. And it's not that people don't care about it. News doesn't care about it. The news doesn't seem to ever like to cover Native affairs and issues happening with local Indigenous peoples of North America. They never seem to cover this stuff. When there's hundreds and hundreds of Native women going missing every year, unsolved. They never deal with it. They never... There's very little recourse, and I'm not going to get into a reasoning of why. I don't want to point fingers, but I'm pointing at you, Catholic Church, specific sects of it. Oh crap, I don't know what any of these are. Oh great, it's a frickin' mixed. We have no idea. Or does it say? No, it does not. So we got a couple of joints here. We're going to smoke these little, look at these weird little things. Pre-rolled joints. But apparently these were really good.
But can I have a goddamn so.
You can have whatever you want, honey. Bunny's parents were both part of what's called the 60s scoop, where they scooped up children from their families and did this exact same thing. They've been doing this for the last 100 years in North America.
I know it is also mostly, I guess, theories as well, but as a person that has been through the foster system, there is largely a good... In some areas, it is definitely uneven in proportion in the fact that there's a lot of native children. And there's some non-natives. They're there. But I've been to a lot of homes, and I've seen them.
Pretty good. I don't know what that is.
They've tried to reconcile with some by giving back a certain amount of money, but honestly, I don't know if that really...
The money will help a little bit because of the way that Canadian and North American politics have pushed Indigenous people into poverty. So it helps a little bit, but it doesn't make up for it.
No,
it's not. It's not. You're not fucking even now. Just because you gave the 60s scoop people 20 grand each does not fucking absolve Canada of this.
No, because it does affect multiple generations, whether you've been through it or not.
Yeah, it's caused a lot of trauma. It really has. Like there's kids that were part of these scoops that now to this day have major. I don't want to speak on anyone's behalf, but let's just say major issues as a result of the trauma of the things that happened. It was basically conform or die.
Yep. I've heard a few, like, they're more Inuit-based, but you can see pictures where they shear your hair super short. And my mom even went through that, where they cut all your hair off.
Yeah, they cut your hair off, and if you know anything about natives, their hair is their superpower. They cut their fucking hair off. They took off all their shit. They made sure they had no feathers, none of that hoodoo voodoo bullshit. They stripped all of their freaking culture from them. Took anything. You're not allowed to smudge. You're not allowed to do any of this culture shit. None of it. Fuck you. Fuck your culture. Here's a Bible. Love it or die.
And what's ironic...
And I hate to be a fucking bummer. I really do. But people need to know how aggressively horrible this was. And I'm sorry to be the one to bring up some fucking bad news here today.
It's not truly... Natives like, way up in the Inuits, they still did that. And
all the way, all of North
is
America.
Haida Gwaii, and he is kind of up into the actual Haida Gwaii Islands, as they used to be named Queen Charlotte's. You had nothing to do with the islands!
Yeah, Queen. Get your fucking name out of there.
But, like, even if it's just indigenous, there's, like, also the Spanish or Mexican indigenous and all of the others, like, Puerto Rico and all of the other places that have
indigenous. Native, I'm going to use this as a gigantic umbrella term for anybody that lived and inhabited this fucking continent before Columbus and his fucking boys came over here and claimed all this shit. You got to understand. There was a, I want to pull this fucking map up.
And it really was kind of known before this started, like... I didn't really celebrate Canada Day. I don't shame anybody for doing that. I don't have any feelings if you do. Just don't push it on me. That's it.
That's the one?
I recognize all the names. You can even look for similar...
That one's better?
Oh. No, it's not.
Oh, yeah, there it is. There it is. Okay. View image in new tab.
But I've seen that one, too.
Oh,
yeah. Look at our Haida was, like, not just the island.
Okay.
And my mom is right here.
Okay, well, this isn't a very good tab. I can't make it any bigger, but this is the original provinces and territories of North America. Blackfoot, Cree, I'm going to pronounce the Sioux, Crow,
Ojibwe.
Please say it, some Aztec, Mayan down there. Up top, Chippewa, and into the frickin'
Tlingit,
yeah, thank you.
Beaver, Caribou, Chumash, Salish.
Salish, that's what Bunny is. She's Coast Salish.
Yeah, well, that's half. Half.
Yes.
That's why I'm more.
But this is what North America was. People seem to forget that this shit was inhabited. There was already a whole country of people here.
So even in like this.
And
I've read in lots of histories that indigenous and other people that were colonized tended to have better methods for making water or other things than the English, who were throwing their shit out the window.
Yeah. There's something that really another thing that really bothers me about the way that a lot of this stuff was done. Did you know? Oh, hold on a second here. Let me fix that.
Look all weird.
I don't know. Why is that
out
weird?
and pop back in?
I might be able to do that. It does look weird. It's there we go. We'll just leave it popped out. How about that? But do you want to know a really weird fact? I want to find the exact date on this, but I want to tell you guys.
The Mayan or the Aztecs had water. Then they changed everything, but didn't have as good systems, because as I've heard in many history type things, beer or wine was safer to drink because it was pure water.
No. Class. How do I spell it? What am I?
I'm not quite sure.
Okay, close enough. Up until around the 60s, let's say. I'm not exactly sure on the dates. Somewhere around there.
It's out.
That's fine. We got more. We got another one. You have a dab if you want.
I want a heavier.
Up until roughly the 60s in North America. This is a scary fact drop. Check this shit out. This is going to freak you guys out. Did you know that Native Americans, indigenous people, were not considered human beings? They were considered livestock. They were categorized the same as cattle until the 60s. They did not have human rights. They couldn't vote. They couldn't own property in their own fucking country. I'm a white boy. You gotta understand this. I'm upset on my own country's behalf and on the fact that I love my partner and I have Native friends, and this is embarrassing and it's disgusting that Canada was like this. And
what was even worse is there is some kind of church, like the head priest or something, was trying to say, we were helping them. No, that's not helping.
The fucked up thing was, and I'm not giving any of them a hall pass, but they probably did think at the time that they were doing right. Even though, wow, they were so wrong. But that doesn't give them a pass.
Yeah, it only stopped 1910 to 1970. Still then, there were still government agencies and church missions.
Yeah, 1970 is when the church schools and stuff systems, those the scoop systems, all stopped and were took out of commission.
Ugh. I guess that's like.
So, we're just here today to not bum you out, but just inform you, because a lot of people just don't know. They just don't know. This isn't something you're going to get on Fox News in the States. They will not tell you this in the States because biases. If anybody would like to donate to the cause to this, don't donate to me. Do not donate to me today. Below is a link to the Orange Shirt Day Foundation and a link to their direct way to donate. You don't like this one? We have another try on this one. That first one was pretty good. But if you do want to donate anything, let me know. Donate down there, and I'll have a big fat dab for every person. Not for every person, but I'll try to have a big fat dab for you if anybody donates, kind of jazz.
I can be your second wind.
Well, we can go back and forth. I have a couple of dabs or something like that for anybody that can donate or wants to donate.
Some churches are fine. I truly don't hold it against all. Like,
I'm not saying all religion.
No, not
but
all.
Some of the
I'm just saying because I live with Filipinos and they were very nice, not forceful. They woke me up to even eat their food and stay for part of the prayer and then eat the food. That was mostly it.
Yeah, this one's.
But they're nice.
Not as it's okay. This one's okay, but it's not nearly as flavorful as that one prior. As I was saying, I'm not here to be a bummer today. I'm here to just open some eyes and to have a toke, man. To have a nice relaxing smoke and kind of just get through this day. This is a bad day for a lot of people today. And I thought about whether we should even go live or what we would say or what we would do or how we would raise awareness or anything.
I wanted to kind of set it up on our Sunday and see if we could set up somewhere to donate, but I kind of forgot.
I did set it up.
Minute.
There is information in the...
I meant on Sunday.
Well, you can still do that.
Not this Sunday, last Sunday.
Oh. So I just wanted to get high with y'all and take a bad day and just kind of, talk about it. That's all we can do. Be aware, talk, and get high to make the pain fucking numb a little bit.
A lot of people who were angry in ways that I wouldn't take it. Like they're like, I don't want to celebrate any capitalist holidays because it's whatever. And I'm like, I wouldn't go so far. I like celebrating things. That kind of just seems...
Yeah, like people were canceling Canada Day and stuff this year because everybody that was saying cancel Canada Day, this is why. This is why there was such a big cancel Canada Day movement, and all of Canada is going across. We're dumping our own fucking statues into the ocean, and there's a reason for that.
Or I've seen ones that were torn, but I
love that
really
Victoria
need to
one.
Cancel every single Canada Day or feel bad for being a Canadian, but this year, celebrating right after finding all of the graves does not seem like an appropriate thing to have been done.
Yeah,
so
it was a hard year to try to feel proud as a Canadian. That's all it really was.
I just never realized that, I just never really liked to celebrate it, but my dad knew about this quite a bit and was always just like, Happy Columbus Day! And I never understood it until I got a little bit older.
Columbus Day, yeah. Yeah, what'd your dad call it? Happy Colonization Day?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's technically true.
Cringe.
Yeah, my dad tends to be the one that, spouts things that you don't always want to hear as well.
Yeah.
Which is...
Hey, man, your dad's a survivor of that shit. He's allowed to say shit like that.
I found out.
There we go, baby.
I can't believe my dad's... How old my dad is.
There we go. What are you guys all smoking on? Let me know in chat today what you're smoking on. We bought these 3 joints today.
I think if you ever buy flour, just buy the flour so I don't have to have a freaking paper.
Pre-rolled garbage, yes. Okay. So one is powdered donuts. One is Dreamsicle. I hope that was that weird one that we just tried there. And then there's one called Mother of Berries. That first one was pretty good. I like that first one. Anyway, I just put a little dab. You can even see the goldenness there. I put a dab of some dab in the end of this bitch. So this one here might be a little bit better. Cheers.
The only things I can think of that are good that's come out of this is, I guess, a bit more of the attention towards it, and I guess some of the acceptance of us in positions where it comes for modeling or ads or as those types of things.
And
then the companies are made of.
The other side of this is, as ugly as this Band-Aid is that we've opened up, we opened up a can of worms, and we've only just started, I showed you that map earlier. I hate to look at the downer side of this, but that was only maybe 15% of the total things that they got to go through. And we're already at those kinds of numbers. It's just horrifying. But once this Band-Aid is fully ripped off and it's fully exposed for the horrors that it is, those families and the people that were directly involved can start to move on a little bit. There's at least some form of closure. And I hope like hell they go after those responsibles like fucking war criminals that they are. Go after those who's responsible. Don't just go after everybody that was religious or everybody that was involved in churches. Find out. Find out who was it. There's records. It shouldn't be that hard to find out. Do it. Go after them and fucking...
Also, like, I don't know if all schools are the same, but we never had anywhere near of this in the education system.
Whoa. That was really... I don't know if it's the addition of the dabs, or if it's just that one. I think I like the first one best. I think the first one was probably the berry thing, because the girl that sold it to me said that one was really good. Yeah, I see it.
It's not wanting to bend off.
It's okay.
There we go. That's what I was saying.
Haywood, how you doing today, Haywood? You know, they're actually doing, they've been doing a very mildly, they have similar problems. Not quite to the extent that, at least to my knowledge, quite to the same extent of what Canada's dealing with, but they have definitely issues. In Australia alone, for the Indigenous people of Australia's. Same sort of problems have happened there over their histories. Some at least parallel ones. You know, the Indigenous peoples that were like living from the land were shoved into small communities and forced into near poverty situations, and it's embarrassing. And as countries, we need to fucking do better than that for the future, man. We can't do this. We gotta look back at the embarrassment of the past, of things that we did, and never do that shit again. And like do everything we can to maybe not be like ultra super woke, but like, you know, like there's gotta be a fucking balance, man. There has to be a balance.
Like a balance
we gotta do better than
figuring out the reservations.
They gotta fix that shit. They gotta fix the reserves. They need to do it in Australia as well. They need to fix those impoverished impoverished communities that the rich and the government that be allows to fucking happen. Did you know there's like I don't want to.
And it just creates a different attitude on reservations of a weird version of racism.
There are still places in Canada, native communities, that don't have proper clean water. They did, and there's been issues, and the government hasn't fixed it yet. I don't want to get down on all this rabbit holes. There's a lot of things. Maybe they have fixed it yet. I might be biting my tongue a little bit. Maybe they have fixed it since the last time I knew about this.
Some things are getting better, but
there's just shit happens way too much, and I just wanted to. Today's the day, man. Today's every child matters. Orange Shirt Day, and today's the day that I have a little bit of a platform and I can say some things. So, again, sorry for being a downer, but it's something everybody needs to be aware about. And whatever. Here we are.
That's nasty.
Yeah, I'm done with that. Aye. Ugh. Joints.
The least harmful way the least drying way I found to toke joints was the French inhale, but then I'm stuck with my nose feels all sticky.
Yeah, it doesn't work any better.
Well, my throat doesn't feel
There
as
we go.
dry.
Turn on this thing.
But it's because my nose is acting like a filter in my thinking, and
There, let's
takes
turn on
all of
medium.
that
Sorry,
instead.
high on that thing's a bit loud. I forget. It works pretty good, but high is pretty loud. Anyway.
Oof. Yeah, I've seen that they shut down the schools around here.
Yeah, today.
For today.
As part of the solidarity of just recognition of what's happening today, a lot of businesses, schools, you know, your gas stations and your grocery stores are all still open. But everything else pretty much, for the most part, other businesses and things all shut down today. Nothing's open. I was even considering not streaming at all. I was like, I'm not going to stream anything. And then, you know, we thought about it, especially because, like I said, I was in the Discord this morning, and people were asking, what's with the orange shirts? And just a lot of people don't know. So I think it was I think it was the right thing to do to just come and say something about it at any rate. It's a hard topic. It's a heavy one. Yeah.
Oh, hi. He will boot me. It's cute. He was like, boop.
Okay. Well, I think that's about all we got today, folks. I don't know what else to say. I came, I saw, I freaking talked about what we needed to talk about. We smoked a couple of joints, raised some awareness. Thank you for hanging out with us today. Please tell a friend about this scenario. Look it up. Do a little bit of Googling. Read an article or two. Find a little bit of information about it. School yourself on this, and just be aware. Yeah, be aware. This is, I don't know what else to say. I'm just going to go.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, I gotta press the button on the mouse. There we go.